You are listening to the Whitby Christian Students Podcast.
Welcome to Season 2 of the Whitby Christian Students Podcast. This is Sarah and Chantel. We're very excited for this.
We're back in action.
Our episode today is titled, Are You New Here?
Are you new here?
Are you new here? Yeah.
Yeah.
We are basically...
We're like
social media
new
stars.
Yeah.
As well, if you couldn't tell from that.
Yeah, because we pretty much know
that
all
impression.
the things.
Yeah, we know all... We're
ahead.
Cool. Yeah. Sorry, so go ahead.
Oh no, I was just
we're both kind of new.
Oh no, I was gonna say we're new, but we're not. I don't know, like it's weird. Like new to our roles, but not new to the church.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, because Pastor Sarah was here. Was it the summer of 2019 that you started?
Yeah, I started volunteering in the summer of 2019.
Okay.
And then I came on staff officially the first week of October.
Oh, okay.
Of 2019.
You just slowly rolled in.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is here.
Yeah.
You just slowly.
So I kind of, got to know everyone I was helping out. Pastor Jenna hadn't announced that she was pregnant with Hallie yet. So my first week in the office. I think I've told her this before. I don't know if she believes me, but I 100% knew she was pregnant, since August. She, her first Sunday...
Are you serious?
I came in to, volunteer in August, and she was it was a get to know Pastor Jenna, and it was do you prefer, egg salad sandwiches or this kind of sandwich? And she's like, ugh, definitely not egg. And I was like, sounds like a pregnant woman to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's funny.
And she's like, man, I am so tired. I'm 2 for 2 right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I say that a lot. I'm
yeah.
I knew you were pregnant.
Yeah.
People are cool.
Did she believe you or
I don't even know if I told her that. I think
Pastor Jenna, if you're listening.
Pastor Jenna.
We'll circle back with you.
We'll have you on in future segments, and you can be
yes, we should.
I did not believe Sarah.
Yeah.
Ooh, some controversial episodes coming
Factor
up.
Cap.
Factor Cap.
Yeah.
It took me a second because again, dinosaur over here. I'm like, Cap? I'm like, are we wearing hats?
Anyway, it's okay. We're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so I started 2019,
yes.
But you were going to the church even before that.
Yeah, so I started actually coming to Whitby Christian in 2017, September 2017. We started attending here. I was still in my 4th year at Bible college, and I just started helping out with the youth right away. I remember when I walked in, I saw a few of my classmates that were already attending here. I had no idea. And they helped out with youth, and I wanted to get involved right away. And then, so I kind of been helping out with youth. And then when I worked in downtown Toronto for 2 years, I couldn't really commit to helping with youth because of my hours were everywhere. And then, but I still attended Whitby Christian on Sundays, and then basically it was in July I was supposed to be hired right when COVID started, right before. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
I would come and help out at Kids and Sundays with you.
Because we were hoping that because Pastor Jenna was supposed to have Hallie in April, but she had her in January.
Yeah.
So I think the plan was initially to bring you on in March.
Yes. Yeah.
But then Jenna had Hallie.
Yeah.
And who's a very cute child.
So cute.
We would just like to say on a scale of 1 to 10, Hallie, you're an 11 on the cute scale.
Yeah. Pastor Jenna.
But don't tell the other babies; they'll be jealous.
Yeah. Pastor Jenna, if you're listening, just remember.
Yeah. Just remember that. When we bring you in for our controversial episode.
Yeah.
Do you believe me? No! Also, I don't think you sound like that, Jenna. I don't know why we're talking so much about Jenna.
I know.
But we love you.
Yeah. We should just had her on today.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
You were going to start in April, but then everything happened with COVID and all of that. So you actually, because of some changes with policies, you were able to come on as a summer student.
Yeah, so I started as a summer student July 2020, which honestly, I do remember still, when I worked in Toronto, I remember, like, wanting to quit so bad, and I almost quit, like, in March, but then Pastor Roger was like, no, hold off for a bit, like, we're just going to hold off, so I'm happy I did, because I still was able to, like, keep my job through COVID. I know a lot of people were, like, laid off and stuff, so I was so blessed and thankful that I was able to keep my job through all that, and then work here in the summer, and then start as a summer student, and then when, so that was for 2 months, and then I started... After that, I was hired on
Contract.
Yeah, I was only supposed to be here for 1 year contract, and then, so when I started, I was going to be your guys' assistant.
Yeah,
until
Jenna came back. But your first week, it was your first week, I think. I was like, so, I'm pregnant.
Yeah. And then Sarah said she was pregnant, and then, so I started as an assistant to her and Pastor Jacob, and then when she went on mat leave, then I took over for kids for like 4 or 5 months. For like a hot second, and then Jacob left in May, and then I took on all of his, and now that you're back, you have relieved some of that. So now you're junior high and young adults, and I'm helping with Jenna, and I'm also youth, and I'm here full time now. Like
which is great.
Cause like I would have left August 31st, but I'm still here.
No, I'm really glad you didn't leave. It's been good. I've only been back for like 3 weeks from my mat leave. So I had AJ. I think the moral of the story is if you ever work at Whitby Christian, in your first week, there will be a pregnancy announcement.
Yeah.
Like that.
Or a transition of some sort.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah.
But so we worked together when I was pregnant with AJ.
Yeah.
And then I went off. And you did take a lot on, especially because I think I went off early, right? I think I went off when I was still 8 months pregnant I wasn't really in the office very much because I had some...
Like with AJ?
Yeah.
I thought you left like last second. I thought you left like... Because remember when we had that family day service on Christmas? In December, it was like 2 days.
That day that AJ was born. AJ was born. It was
like
Sunday.
2 days before.
He was born on...
The 22nd, right? And the Sunday was the 20th.
Was it the 20th?
Was it a Tuesday?
I don't remember what day he was born.
It's okay, I'm weird with dates.
Yeah,
I just
second child things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you remember like how much he weighed, like what time he was born at?
I just remember it was December 22nd, and the Sunday family day 20th? Service was the 20th.
I thought he was born on a Monday. Maybe it was a Tuesday. I don't know.
We'll check it.
Yeah.
We'll fact check you.
All of this.
Yeah.
Fact check if I knew Jenna was pregnant. Fact check this. The next one is just going to be an in-depth profile. Can we trust what Sarah says?
Factor cap.
Factor cap episode 2.
And you can put in the comments if it's a fact or a cap.
That would be perfect. Yeah.
We'd love that. We'd love to see that. But what were we saying?
So, so you came on staff officially in 2020.
Yes. Yeah.
But you'd attended here for a little while.
Yeah.
And when I came on in 2019, I was supposed to be Jenna's... I took over the role of church ministries assistant, so I was supposed to help Jenna and Pastor Jacob. And I also covered part of Pastor Melena's mat leave, but she came back.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
so, that's right.
I covered the communications part, like did graphics and media and a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that Melena does. And covered Jenna's mat leave too, so
that was insane.
it was just a lot of transition, and then plus COVID started, which was a delight.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was sarcasm, if that didn't transfer through clearly.
Yeah.
But so when we came on, so you came on initially in that role. So currently now, we've stopped playing like musical chair for jobs, which it was a great, opportunity. It was a really busy season.
Yeah.
We liked the transitions and the changes totally made sense, but we're really excited now because senior high ministry, you're the youth pastor, and you'll be covering a lot of Pastor Jenna's stuff on her maternity leave because she's having another baby.
Yeah.
If you're looking for name suggestions, Jenna, Sarah and Chantel are on the table.
Yeah.
Or Sarah Chantel. I don't know.
You could one of us could have a middle name.
What would be
Sarah Tell.
I was gonna say Shauna. Because
yeah, that's
the
the
real
actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
But you could, anyway. We'll keep you posted on
Yeah,
our
I'll
name
keep you
suggestions.
posted. Jenna again makes an appearance.
Yeah. Like, is there a count? Like, how many times has it been?
I don't know. We should do a count.
Yeah,
Jenna
we should.
mentions a tally,
Yeah. It's got to be like close to 20 times you
Yeah.
said her name.
Yeah,
like how
once
many
a
times? Yeah.
minute.
Most said word of 2022.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be taking on the mat leave for Jenna and continuing with senior high. You're full time here. I'm doing junior high and young adults. I'm part time, and we're both really excited.
Yeah, we're both. I think now like really excited to be in the roles that we're in because like you love obviously junior highs are your favorite area, right?
I love junior high.
And then young adults added to that, and then with me it's like senior high and young people too. It's just like I love it, Like I'm really happy where we are at now. Like I feel like we all have our own little thing that we're in charge of, and it's like, yeah, it's working out really well.
Yeah.
And we're having, I don't know when this episode's being posted, but we're going tubing.
We are.
We're going tubing March 4th, right?
Yeah, senior high and young
Senior
adults.
high and
going
young
together.
adults. So come on out.
We're very
Quick
excited.
plug.
Go to Lake Ridge Resort to go snow tubing.
Yes.
And I'm really excited for that.
It just feels nice because I feel like now that you're back, I have like, I don't know, like it's like help / a companion like in like similar ministries. It's like I feel like I have a support. Not that I didn't have support before, but it was like a lot. That's a lot for like one person to do. So I feel like now it's like we can do things like this. We can do like a podcast. We can expand on YouTube and like stuff like that. So I'm like so excited and do TikToks. Follow our TikTok now.
Yeah.
So that I love so much about it.
Our TikTok account is, drum roll please. That was
like more of a beat,
Yeah, I was like, we should maybe just add an audio clip in there.
Yeah, we could.
It's WCA_students on TikTok. You can follow us there. We'll be posting some content on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube.
Yeah.
On Facebook for us old people like
and
me.
Subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hit that like button.
Comment below.
Comment below and your honest opinion.
Is Ring the Bell YouTube?
What's that?
Where it's like you ring the little bell and I don't know what it even
does.
does.
That's like you subscribe and the bell like is the subscribe button, I think.
Really?
You get like notifications.
Oh man.
For, like,
I was like, I don't know why I'm ringing this bell. Like.
Yeah. It looks like a bell. You're not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pastor Sarah.
Yes.
/ Sarah.
Okay.
Because I
answered both.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to, like, now coming back doing junior high and adults? Like, what is something you're looking forward to?
Well, like you said, I really love, like, junior high age. Like, I really enjoy, I like kids ministry, I like junior highs, I like youth, but junior highs, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Probably my
They're
favorite.
great.
All of you are great. The only age that,
They're
like,
so
kind of
funny.
scares me is, like, 1-2-year-olds, like toddlers.
Yeah.
And,
like your kid right now?
Yeah, my kid scares me. And Grace, if you're listening, you're a little scary.
Yeah.
But like that age, anyway, junior high is like my favorite age. I think it's a really exciting age.
Yeah.
I really like the science behind it, like basically like the way that kids in grades like 5, 6, 7, 8, their brains are developing. I think it's really cool. I think I really like this generation coming up and the things that they value. I like that they're really authentic. I like a lot of you guys are
totally. I love that.
really authentic. You're really funny.
Yeah.
You're funnier than me, but I won't admit it in most instances. I'll be like, no, guys, I'm way funnier.
Yeah.
And I just also really like how much kids these days just value inclusivity and diversity and you care about what's going on, what's really happening. You want to know what's really going on. You want people to be real with you. You want to be, like I said before, authentic. And you want people to belong. and you recognize that. So I think that actually you guys have like a really firm grasp on a truth that's biblical, that's like in the Bible.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That our faith is all about honesty and honestly coming before God, and our faith is about people belonging and being included, and that the family of God is open to anyone and everyone, and offering that unconditional love. So that's what I'm really excited about, like getting to know all of you guys more. I think you're a fun age group. And I don't know if you wanted to share what you're excited about with senior high, or if we wanted to talk about this Sunday, or what do you want to do now, man?
We could talk about this Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing that I was really connected with your message this Sunday is, in junior high we're going to be talking about like our core values, and kind of creating a culture that honors God, honors each other at junior high. And your message, Call to Potential. Did I get the title right?
Yes.
I just totally was like, what is it called?
Yeah.
Like, what's my name?
No, you're good.
What year is it?
Hey, we haven't mentioned Jenna in a while. Just wanted to quickly say hi.
Yeah, hi Jenna. We missed you. Do you want to... Like, are you joining for every episode of season 2? That's this one, or just next episode?
We need to know so we know when to mention you or not.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. But also, like, what if she doesn't join the next episode?
I don't know.
That'd be sad.
Yeah.
We'll miss you.
We'll get by.
Will we?
Anyways.
Will we get by? So junior high,
Or youth takeover.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
so
you're talking about, the message.
One of the core values that we're going to be talking about junior high is what you talked about, call to potential, and specifically like the Bible story that you shared about being like a willing participant, and how that team in the Bible story was a willing participant that allowed God's power to just be on display. So I think that's great. You had a few things you wanted to talk about your message on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. No.
I thought it was great, by the way. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
A round of claps for Chantel.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice. Aw, that's kind.
That was me clapping. I was gonna like snap in the microphone.
Oh, you can do that too. That would work.
I'm not a very... Now, you just called me out, man. I'm not very good at snapping my fingers.
It's okay. We can practice later.
It's okay.
Episode
3.
Yeah, episode 3. Stay tuned for that. Anyways. I was really excited about this message to talk about, because, like, I would say, like, I think I mentioned it, like, how it's, like, my number one, like, passion about youth ministry is seeing their potential and seeing them walk into it, and kind of seeing their whole journey walking through that. Even like potential can mean look like so many different things too. It could look like, like if they're like doing a sport at school, like, and maybe they don't believe themselves at first, but then they actually like end up doing really well and like succeeding and going on like, I don't know, championships or whatever, and like seeing them do that, or even seeing them walk in their potential with Jesus and like himself also, like in their relationship with him, just like in so many different, I feel like I could fit in so many different kind of areas, and like I just love seeing them build that confidence to step into what God can do, because God can use like anyone, and I think it's really, really, really cool when he uses teenagers to do things that are really crazy, and I just love that so much.
I really liked how you shared that you're like, sometimes the thing that God's working on me the most in is what I feel I like the most passionate about in students. And I really like that. One, that you're like vulnerable enough to share that that's something that you have worked on or are still working on.
Yeah.
And 2, like I think that that's so true. The things that we experience in life really shape how God uses us. Like our life story.
True.
Has kind of shapes who we are, and oftentimes shapes like how God wants to use us. It makes me think of that verse, like God uses all things for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose, and what we go through in life, the good and the bad, like God uses that when we surrender it to him.
No, totally. Like, again, that just reminded me of, like, one of the points I made is, like, when you're most vulnerable is when God can use you the most, too. In those kind of moments also. But I struggled though writing this sermon though. Like I think I kind of said it a little bit on Sunday. Like compared to the last sermon, which was my first time, like in the summer when we all spoke. That was my first time kind of doing a big, large sermon in a big, large church. And that one was really easy. I shouldn't say really easy. It was like, I don't know, it had more ease to it in a sense, whereas this one, it was harder because of, like, that pressure I put on myself to, like, perform in a sense. And so I did kind of avoid it for a while because I felt like what I was saying wasn't, like, long enough or good enough or whatever, which is like so funny because like I actually sat down with my two friends and to like talk through the sermon with them, and I was like, I actually broke down crying and stuff with them, and like they were like yeah and they were like, what what did you need help with this sermon? And I'm like, they're like, it's literally good and really good, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes you need someone to, like, kind of tell you what you're saying does make sense, and it's not, like... Because, you know when you overstudy for a test or something, it's just, like, then it just doesn't make sense anymore? It was kind of like that, maybe, but...
Yeah, I mean, it kind of brought to mind, like, you know, there are, like, times when we have to, like, rest in what we feel God's, like, speaking to us. And, you know, it can be hard to like exercise that faith because I think that there are times, right, when you feel something on your heart that you really want to speak, like you can really doubt yourself, like because again, because you said it's something that you went through personally, it can be hard to like rest in God and be confident in what He is going to use you to speak to people. But at the same time, I also think when you have something powerful, like a powerful message to say, sometimes I forget, like, that I think there's a spiritual component to it. Like, the enemy does want to discourage you. And it's gonna, especially if it's something from, like, your personal life, he's gonna pick at the points, which, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like maybe there was almost, like, an element of, like, discouragement going on. Like, maybe you felt discouraged or not good enough. Like, that's kind of what I'm picking up from what you're saying. And I wonder sometimes if that was, like, spiritual, like, the moments when we step into our potential and we do what we're called to do, the enemy doesn't like that.
And that's really good. And I also, what that kind of reminded me of what I want to talk about what you said, how you said that it's really, like, I love this when you said how it's so important to actually be obedient to God when He does call you to those things. I'm like, I don't know, there was a sense of just like how it's like you have to take it seriously, and like it's actually really important, and like that spoke to me too. You know, even when you know certain things, sometimes they can speak to you differently when you hear it again or something. You know? And I really feel like people needed to hear that. I think that the youth needed to hear that too, and I think what you said was really good.
Oh, thank you. I really felt even like I normally I like to talk, if no one's picked up on that yet. And I am pretty like comfortable. I joke around all the time. I'm like, my spiritual gift is that I can't be embarrassed, like by doing silly like dumb stuff. And but I was nervous to speak, and I think that's because if I were to like look back and try to actually like evaluate what I was feeling, maybe I wasn't necessarily nervous. Maybe I was just like feeling like the weight of what I wanted to talk about, but also like some of that internal doubt, because I don't know, I was thinking a lot about it. I'm like, there are so many times where people could be like, what is God speaking to you? And I could be like, oh, this is what God's saying to me. But if they the next question they asked was, okay, how are you being obedient to God right now? What are you doing about what He's saying?
Oh, that's a good
Then I'd be
one.
like, I don't know.
Because there's like a sense of accountability with that question. You know?
And it's easy to fall into this place where, you know, you're talking to God and you're praying and all of these things that are so foundational to our faith. But to stop acting on it, you know, where God's like, you know, I really want you to like be studying the Bible more. I really want you to share your faith with this person, or I really want you to forgive that person, and you're like, yeah, God, you're right. But if you don't act upon it and start to actively do things, you can kind of fall into this like perpetual state where you're like, oh yeah, I know what God's saying to me, but not actually doing anything about it. And we do all of that like by the power of the Holy Spirit. We totally have to depend on God, but we again have to be, I love that phrase you said, like a willing participant in God, in what He's called us to do. So
no, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this Sunday, and like all you guys that were involved, and like
you guys did a great job.
Yeah, it was really good.
You should have heard the other pastors and staff meeting.
Oh yeah,
singing your praises.
Yeah, they were telling us all the people that messaged them and said that.
Yeah,
like
they were like,
so good.
be like, oh, that student did so well, and that student did so well. We were like, we're all really proud of you guys.
Yeah, and we love you guys.
Yeah,
and we want to keep doing this podcast, obviously. So like, stay tuned for like updates on that. We definitely are excited to like bring more creative content to you guys, and just I'm really excited for this podcast.
I am,
now that you're here.
If there's topics that you want us to just talk more about,
that's a good idea.
If it's like sending messages, if it's like recaps of events,
I love
if
that.
It's like whatever it is, if it's a topic that maybe we are talking about in our programs or not, like you're like, oh, I really want to talk about that, like that would be great. Our goal is to do this once a month,
and to talk about Jenna too.
Talk about
once
Jenna
a month.
I'm going to talk about Jenna every day. I don't know what you're saying. I'm talking about Jenna every day.
Oh, okay, every day.
2022
I hope
goals.
she actually listens to this.
I'm sending it to her.
It's literally going to be so funny.
She'll be like,
why not?
Keep my name out of your mouth. That is going to be her response.
Or she'll love it. She'll just eat it all up.
Jenna, comment below.
Comment below.
And if you're going to be on our next episode.
This is literally not an inside joke. We literally just did this now, like, naturally. Like,
we talk about you a lot.
Yeah.
We like you.
Anyways, what were you saying? We always get distracted after we talk about Jenna.
Yeah. We're like flustered. We're like, she's so cool. So comment what you want us to talk about. And we're going to try to do this once a month. And stay tuned for more content. And,
thanks, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, too.
Yeah. I was like, there's like a little bit of a glow behind the camera. And so I didn't even know where to look. So I just looked at you this whole time.
Okay, same. I didn't really look at the camera much.
But hopefully
you're
feel
not
like
neglected.
Like all of us sitting here chatting.
Here.
We
see you.
We don't actually see you right now.
We don't see you, but we see you.
I'm a spiritual level.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, peace out. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to episode 1
season 2
of the Whitby Christian Student Podcast.
Yes.
Are you new here?
Yes. Are you new here?
We are kind of new here.
Make it make
and
sense.
If you're new here too, like and subscribe. Ring the bell thing.
Ring the bell.
That apparently means subscribe. I don't know.
All right.
We'll fact check that too, Chantel.
Yeah, I have to double check. Okay. Maybe they updated it. I don't know.
I'm depending exclusively on your intel.
Okay. Get back to you. Okay, bye.
Bye.